Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972 with my first radio review of 2020, the Tecsun PL-660 PLL World Band Receiver. I bought this radio back in December on Amazon for $19.99 plus tax. In front of us is the box and it lists all the features of this radio. You can pause and read that. And on the bottom right has a picture of the radio. The picture here has the silver model. It's available in both silver and black. The one in silver is available for $109.99 plus tax. I got the one in black, which was the one for $119.99 plus tax. And here's the opposite side of the box right here. You can pause and look at that. And then we'll go over the features on this side of the box here. World band broadcasting, FM frequency range 76 to 108 or A7 to 108. And there's also an option for 88 to 108. Sync, single sideband, airband, AM dual conversion, sensitivity control, high, medium, and low, upper sideband, lower sideband selection, 9K and 10K stepping for medium wave, the auto tuning storage, 200 station memories, 12 memory pages, multi-function rotary switch, direct numeric keying, auto turn off and on setting, sleep timer, built-in charging system, battery indicator, signal indicator, FM stereo, treble and bass tone control, illumination, which is the light, key lock, and an antenna jack for FM and shortwave. And then on this side of the box, it says it shows three colors, white, silver, and black. I've never seen one that was available in white, so I'm not sure if such a radio exists. And on the sides of the box, it just shows this. So I'm going to open up the box. I already took the radio out. I've been using it for the past few weeks. But in the box, two plastic bags, one for the case and one for the radio. Here's the case. Nice and smooth. I've been using this a lot for the radio. It has a Velcro. And it fits nicely in this case. I like it. It has an adapter. It's 6.5 voltage DC, 300 milliamp hours used to charge the radio or charge the batteries using the intelligent charge on the radio. You also have Cato warranty paper that you could fill out and send in. There's also the instruction manual, the operation manual right here. You can pause and read the features and table of contents here. And the diagram here. And there's other features in this guide with instructions. Comes with earbuds. They look to be very good. A separate external antenna here. I haven't used it yet. I use my own external antenna for that. And then they give you 4 AA batteries, rechargeables. But they don't look to be high quality batteries. I use Energizers instead, but I'll show you what the batteries look like right here. They're Tecsun branded. So I'll put the box away and show you the radio. And here it is. I'll put the stand there as well. I'm using this stand so you can look at the radio, so you can see it. But here's the front of the radio right here. And before I go over the features, I want to do a size comparison with another radio that I reviewed last year, the E10, which is only AM, FM, and shortwave. It doesn't have airband, long wave, or single sideband. But you see how similar they look from all sides. From this side, you can pause and look at that, see how similar they look there. The bottom here has their own backup stand in case the kickstand is broken. And then there's the knobs here. Knobs look a little bit different, but the major difference is there's an antenna trim on E10 and a BFO control for the PL-660. The top of the radio, you have your antennas. The PL-660 is 35 inches while the E10 is only 33 inches. And then the back of the radio here. See how much similar it looks there. So, I wanted to give you a size comparison here of that radio. And it's my second Tecsun. I have one other Tecsun radio that I wanted to show you, the PL-660, which I also reviewed in 2018. There it is, and it still works to this day. I really enjoy this radio for ETM, easy tune storage, and for my non-single sideband shortwave. But onto this radio. We'll go over the buttons. You have your power button here. You have your time and timer A and B buttons. Those two are for your alarms. You press and hold any of them regardless whether it's on or off, and you can set the time. And then on the side of the radio, you have your speaker. The speaker size, it's 2.5 by 2 3/4 inches. And then PL-660, AM synchronous detector, FM stereo, long wave, medium wave, shortwave, single sideband, air, PLL synthesized receiver. You have your display here. Tecsun logo here. And then your button keys are right here. While the radio's off, you can set your FM setting, 76 to 108, 87 to 108, or 88 to 108, using the one button right here. The long wave button, which is number 2, that turns on and off your long wave. You can enable or disable it. The 3 button is your 9 and 10K stepping button while it's off. You can set that. The light set on and off is your number 4 button. No, excuse me, number 5 button. Right here. You can set it on or off. And then by the memory button right here, you can set your battery as either alkaline or rechargeable. And then your lock switch is the 0 button while it's off. And that's it. The rest of the time you just use these while the radio's on to key in your frequencies, access your memory, or delete your memories. Using that button. On this side here, you have your page up and down buttons, your auto tuning storage for AM and FM. You press and hold, and you can perform the auto tuning search that way, or single press to go to either the AM and long wave bands using this button, the FM band, and then below that is your shortwave bands. The up and down, you go up and down the meter bands, different meter bands pressing these buttons, single press, and long press the A button, and it'll search within a particular band, only one band, while the A button, you search through all available shortwave bands, and then the B button for shortwave is auto-tuning search one particular band, and that's it. And then right here, more writing, airband, shortwave SSB detector, shortwave, medium wave, long wave dual conversion, and 2000 memory presets. On this side of buttons, you have your light, snooze, and step button. You can change your steps from fast to slow to fast slow. This button here below it is your frequency, memory mode, and press and hold. If you press and hold, it'll scan the band you are on. There's your air band button here, your single sideband button, which is upper and lower sideband. Your sync is also an upper and lower sideband function for your AM to really sync in or try to eliminate some of the bleed over from adjacent channels. And then your FM stereo and AM bandwidth buttons are here. It's either FM stereo or mono, and AM wide or now bandwidth. And when you have the radio off, press and hold this button, and it'll sort your memory frequencies in order. Very neat feature there. On the left side, you have your FM shortwave antenna jack, your antenna gain DX normal local, tone control switch treble or bass, headphone jack. Sounds pretty good, actually. And then your DC 6-volt jack here on this side of the radio. On the bottom, you have a reset button here in case anything goes wrong with your radio. You can press that, maybe with a paper clip or something, to reset the radio. You have rubber feet here and a backup stand here just in case you break the kickstand or you don't want to use the kickstand to operate the radio. On this side is your volume, BFO control, and tuning wheels here. On top of the rail, you have your 35-inch antenna. And on the back of the radio, you have your kickstand with a sticker, probably a quality control sticker. There's a serial number here, vented case, wrist strap here, a diagram of how you place your 4 AA batteries, and then the polarity, positives to the right on all batteries, 1 battery here and 3 batteries below it. It's not a captured door, but it's a battery door here, and that is it there. And what I'm going to do first is scan the FM band, but I'm going to use the ATS function. But I want to give you an idea how the FM is on this radio. So I'll turn it on.
해외에서 수입을 창출하기 위해 인력의 불법적 송출을 계속하고 있다면
WNYZLP, New York City, at 87.75. That's Korean station on FM. Now, I'll show you the steps. You press and now slow is basically moves in 0.01 megahertz steps, while 0.1 megahertz steps, if you switch over the fast, it'll move every 0.1 megahertz steps. Right here, press and hold again on the step, and it goes fast, slow. So it's 3 speeds, basically. Now, the scan feature, if you press and hold, it'll scan to the next strong frequency, either up or down. And that's the next strong frequency here. I muted it for now because it may be playing music, and plus I'm going to use the ATS scan instead. So, to perform an ATS function, go to a particular band and press and hold the FM button, and it'll store your frequencies. And that's how I'm going to perform the FM scan for this radio. and scans pretty quickly. Got about 40 stations off the scan. WBLS New York City. Sometimes it'll have a few false findings like this 88.1. There's no such 88.1 in my area. So it's a little faulty, the ATS scan, but still holds its own.
Gregory Porter
as
front, and especially around your
after Los Angeles hires.
Yeah, it tended to miss a few frequencies, so like I said, the ATS a little faulty, but it holds its own, and I like it. It's a pretty sensitive receiver. Now, selectivity could be a little bit better, but it's still fine. As a matter of fact, it did well in sensitivity. I got 57 stations when I did my FM test, so this is an FM reception report. 57 stations total, 44 were okay to good, and only 13 weak signals, but about 5 of them had multiple stations on one frequency. You know, I turn the antenna, I might get one station, and then turn it another way, I get another station. So it performed pretty good, and I wanted to show you how far I can get some of these stations. So I'm going to key in a couple of frequencies. I'll key in 104.7 FM. WSPK, K104 Poughkeepsie, New York. That's about 60 miles away from me. So it's picking up FM pretty good, and I'll try 101.5 as well. Not coming in as good for me today, but I've gotten this station pretty good before. WKXW, Trenton, New Jersey 101.5. That's between 50-55 miles away. So it does get those semi-locals, and maybe if you're in a more suburban rural area, you might be able to get stations farther than that. But I'm in a more urban area. So that's why I may not get the 70-80 stations like some of these radios carry because of that. But it's a pretty good FM receiver. I like it. So we're going to go to AM next. And we'll go over the stepping as well here. Now, I'll keep the... No, I better put it down. I'll put down the antenna. I'll go over the stepping. Now, slow stepping is 1 kilohertz. The same thing with long wave. While go to fast, press and hold, and it goes every 10 kilohertz on AM, and on long wave it goes every 9 kilohertz. While in slow mode, it goes 1 kilohertz stepping. And I'll key in a few stations there. I'm not going to do a full scan. That's WMCA New York City. That's a local. And I'm going to key in 1080. That's WTIC Hartford, Connecticut, 100 miles. It's pretty weak right now from this spot. WBAL Baltimore, Maryland, 167 miles. WTAM Cleveland, Ohio, that's 394 miles.
And again, I just can't stress enough.
WBT in Charlotte, North Carolina, 533 miles. I'm going to try to sync to prevent some of that bleed over. KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 865 miles. And I'm going to try a few more frequencies. I'll try 1500. WFED, Washington, D.C., 204 miles. WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee, 755 miles. WWKB, Buffalo, New York, 280 miles. And WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 561 miles.
Despite all the hearings, there's not a speck.
Yeah, looks like KXEL's trying to come in Waterloo, Iowa. That's 944 miles, but you have that second harmonic from WABC in New York. So it's a little bit of a problem. I'll show you why.
The foreign minister of Ukraine, the president of the United States.
It is so sensitive that if you live 10 miles away from WABC, it sounds distorted.
Has his own agenda and conspiracy.
But if I put it to local, it sounds fine.
This process is all over. The Committee on Intelligence will continue to investigate this president.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a problem, but I like the sync function. The sync works well. As a matter of fact, let me try 6:20 a.m. It sounds a little distorted, but if I put the sync, it sounds better. That's WSNR Jersey City, New Jersey, by the way. So I'll have full scans of AM and shortwave in future videos. But right now, I'll give you an AM reception report. During the day, I got about 57 stations, and 33 of them were okay to good, with 23 weak signals, and 1 with adjacent channel bleed over. So that's pretty good for daytime. And at night, I was able to get at least 90 stations, with 52 being an okay to good, and the other 30 stations weak, and 8 of them had adjacent channel bleed over, but the sync alleviated some of that adjacent channel bleed over. So yeah, AM's actually pretty good. Sometimes the selectivity in spots is not so great, especially near 770 AM, where it bleeds over 760 and 780, but otherwise it's a very capable AM receiver. It does well, especially in the middle of the night. I'm going to go to the airband next and see how that does. Airband, I have to agree with Todderbird. It's a little quiet, but still good in my area. I'm not sure how much I'll find. I have posted a video on the airband before, and it did pretty good. So it is a very capable receiver. The problem is it's hard to find transmissions because they talk for a few seconds. They talk for a few seconds and then they stop. So that's just the That's just the airband in general. It's very capable. I like it a little better on the Radiwell R108, but this is pretty good, the airband. Now, I gotta quickly go to shortwave since I'm already at the 24-minute mark. But I have full band scans of AM and shortwave, like I said before. I'll key in a few frequencies since we don't have a lot of time left. Oh, I guess 9350 is already off the air. Oh, maybe this frequency is on here, 6115.
I don't like to think about it, to think we have to go 3 more years.
WWCR, Nashville, Tennessee.
Onslaught of hell against truth, against righteousness, against God's people. But that's what the spirit of Antichrist is. He will have people who will gather themselves
WWCR,
together
Nashville, Tennessee again. Yeah, I'm pretty much scanning down the dial. Oh, WWV, 5,000. I wonder if CHU is on. No, not right now, at least not in this spot. Now, 5K stepping is fast and slow is 1 kHz step. I'm going to see if I can get anything right now on single sideband.
I don't know. Hopefully the band will perk up a little bit. Got everybody else pretty good though. So, yep. So we'll be listening here.
It's a little quiet right now, but I can hear something on this frequency.
I don't know what they got in common, but that's the job I got to do tonight.
Alright, got a little ham radio activity. And that is all. My final thoughts on this radio. I like this radio, especially with the single sideband and AM sync detector to alleviate some of the adjacent channel bleed or distortion on certain frequencies. I like it for that. The airband's pretty good. I like it. FM performs well and AM performs well. Sensitivity is good, but the selectivity is fine. Not the greatest. So that part of it does hold this receiver back a little bit, but not enough to give a real low rating. As a matter of fact, this is a solid 4-star radio in my opinion. As a matter of fact, the rating I'm going to give this is an 8.2 out of 10. So I like it, and it performs well. And I hope you enjoyed this review, everyone. Have a good week, everyone, and God bless. Bye-bye.